Hello everybody, this is Adrian for WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. Today we have another episode of New versus Used, and on my left is the undisputed king, the 2022 Perodua Myvi Facelift, and on my right is the 2015 Honda Jazz. Both are highly capable, wildly popular B-segment hatchbacks priced in the sub 60,000 ringgit region. But the question here is whether do you opt for the fully equipped brand new Myvi or opt for the lesser equipped but supposedly more prestigious Honda badge. Let me break it down for you. Myvi Facelift, quite a controversial thing. Many has commented that the design has regressed a little bit, less sporty, more awkward. Honda Jazz, timeless design done right, just the right amount of sportiness and elegance, truly an iconic design. And even when parked next to the brand new Myvi and City hatchback, the Jazz still looks pretty fire. Boot space, the Jazz wins hands down, 363 litres versus the Myvi's 277, and even though the Myvi boasts flexible seating configuration, it's still no match to the Jazz Ultra seats. Honda are truly the wizards of interior packaging, so much so that you can even move houses in the Jazz. Stepping inside of the cabin of the Myvi, yes, you get a lot more wow factor, swankier red accents, leather seats, nicer dials, but the Jazz is the place you want to be in, day in and out. Why? Because of ergonomics. There's just so much more clever storage solutions in the Jazz, and most importantly, you get a more ergonomic driving and seating position. For starters, the seats are much better sculptured. You get a lot more shoulder and back support. So on long distance journeys, you don't feel as tired as the Myvi. The Myvi, you just get thrown around a lot. And the seat back is a little bit shorter in the Myvi. Steering in the Jazz, first in class to get tilt and telescopic adjustment. No matter for tall, short people, you just get the perfect driving position in the Jazz. Undoubtedly, the Jazz is nicer to be ferried in for the rear passengers because despite both cars having about 3.5 tennis balls worth of knee room, the Jazz has more ergonomic and comfortable seat sculpture, so you're more comfortable on long distance journeys. So before we get on with the driving impressions bit, I'm sure a lot of you are more concerned about fuel consumption, so let's talk about that first. Now, based on WapCar fuel consumption tests, the Myvi with its dual mode CVT is way more fuel efficient compared to the Honda Jazz. The Myvi returns 5.9 litres per 100 kilometers versus the Jazz 7 litres per 100 kilometers, and that translates to about 15% more fuel efficient. But I'm not trying to paint the Jazz in a bad light saying that it's not fuel efficient. In fact, I think it's pretty good enough. It's just that the Myvi is just way too fuel efficient. Now, despite both are 1.5 litre, the Myvi has lower output figures compared to the Jazz. Performance, it doesn't lose out on the Jazz. 0 to 100 takes 10.6 seconds in the Myvi, 11.3 seconds in the Jazz. So the Myvi is more fuel efficient and it's faster. On the safety department, the Myvi just outclasses the Jazz in every way possible because it comes with forward collision warning and autonomous emergency braking, which the Jazz does not have. And in this range-topping AV variant of the Myvi, you even come with blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control with lane keep control. So that means the Myvi has semi-autonomous driving feature. Yeah, it just makes your daily commute a lot more relaxed and, I guess, safer. The Jazz is the more engaging car to drive, steering is sharper, body control is better, and the suspension damping is just more sophisticated than the Myvi, so you get a more comfortable and supple damping, especially when you're going over super sharp bumps. It doesn't judder like the Myvi. On the other hand, while the Myvi is not as engaging to drive, you do get a quieter cabin in the Myvi compared to the Jazz. Based on a WapCar NVH test, the Myvi registers 70 decibels at 110 km per hour versus the Jazz 71 decibels. Now, this 1 decibel difference may not seem like a lot, but in the Jazz you get a lot more of the ambient noise, meaning your rolling noise, your tire roar, as well as external sounds coming into the cabin. Whereas the Myvi, you hear more wind noise as well as engine and transmission noise. so it's louder there. If you're traveling in the city, the Jazz is a quieter car because the engine and transmission is more refined, is more muted. But if you're traveling on the highway, for example, you get lesser ambient noise in the Myvi, so that would be a quieter car to be in. Maintenance cost for a 5-year-old Honda Jazz for the next 5 years based on Honda Malaysia's published estimates is 4,815 ringgit versus a brand new Myvi 2,944 ringgit. 1,500 ringgit difference may not seem like a lot over a course of 5 years, but remember, you have other wear and tear parts to be replaced, such as suspension, brakes, bushings, mountings and tyres. A brand new Myvi will come with 5 years warranty, so you have very little to be worried about should things go wrong for the first 5 years. To save you the hassle when buying a used car, check out Carsome certified cars. They have 175-point inspection, guaranteed free of major accidents, fire or flood damage, 1-year warranty and 5-day money-back guarantee. So the decision between a new Myvi and a used Jazz is actually a pretty simple and clear-cut one. If you're looking for a fuss-free motoring experience, fuel-efficient, fast and easy on the wallet, for sure it's the Myvi. But if you are a keen driver and you want something that's nicer to drive, something that's more comfortable, spacious and practical for the family, take a look at a used Honda Jazz. So what do you think of this verdict? Let me know in the comment section below how would you pick and why. As always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Undoubtedly, the Jazz is the nicer. Undoubtedly, the Jazz is nicer to be ferried in for the. Undoubtedly, the Jazz is the nicer place to be. Sorry.